try that again. Good morning, everyone from the internet. Hi, how are you? I was actually planning on doing a little micro city trip again today, but changed plans because it is way too warm to do any of these things. We're gonna do something else. We're gonna go to a little like water place. It's not really like a lake. It's a lake, but it's a little smaller than that. It's just the water. It's a very beautiful area. It is surrounded by forest, and there is like a tiny beach area. There's just some sand where you can also sit, but there's also some places with some grass where you can sit. Well, okay, there's some water. We're gonna go there. It is, I think, a 10 to 20 minute drive. It's close to where I live. Let's show you what I'm gonna take with me to this chill day, because I'm not gonna lie, every time when I do these types of things by myself, I'm always a little bit anxious, because especially at the place where I live, I'm always a bit afraid when I'm like laying there in my bikini that I see people that I know. Not that that's like an issue, but I don't know, I just feel very self-aware. But it's like a Tuesday, like who's gonna be there? But it is also holiday, I think. Maybe there are gonna be kids, scary. Maybe there are gonna be like scary groups of young teenagers. Oh, that's scary. Okay, I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna bring to this, let's call it a little lake. I bring my headphones. So I had very good headphones, JBL, lost them. So I have now some dupes. They're called Excessive. I don't know the brand, but they work. Okay, that was the light again. Bringing my slippers. Obviously, they are really done. I should buy some new ones, but you know what? As long as they still work. So this is actually, you're not gonna believe it, but this is actually a chair. Yes, and it fits in my backpack. It's a chair. You can fold it, and it's amazing. It's amazing for camping, for beach days. And it's not expensive at all. I think it was like 20 euros or something from Decathlon. I've got one towel to put over my chair. And then I've got another towel. These ones are also from Decathlon. And Decathlon. They are very, like they fold very minimal. But this one is actually really big. So they fit perfectly in your bag. Great little life hack for you. One to put on the ground, one to put over the chair. I've got another thing from Decathlon. And this is a little blow up pillow. Also very tiny. I'm gonna use that to lay around. I've never been so prepared for a day like this. I've got two types of sunscreens. One that we got in Germany that was very cheap. I don't know the brand, Bivola. And my favorite one, this is the Australian Gold. But this one is 30 SPF, and I think that the sun is going to be quite bright today. So I think I'm going to go for 50 today. But this one is also almost finished. So I thought maybe it's also smart to take a big one with a little bit more content in there. What else do we have? I've got my crosswords. Oh no, this is a Philippine, but there are a lot of crosswords puzzles in here. Philippine is a combination of all types of different puzzles. Very fun, and this one is also not that hard, so you go through them quite quickly. I've got my hat to protect my head. I've got two magazines that I already used for my 5 things that I liked videos and to put on my board. So I've already cut in them, but there were still some like stories in there and things that I wasn't that I hadn't read yet. So I'm going to read those. And I also have, okay, now let me pack my bag in first, because otherwise it's gonna be a mess. I'm also a bit nervous about leaving this garage because it's gonna be so hot outside of this parking lot, and the car can't handle heat like that. So I also really hope that I can just park this car in a little shadow spot, but I'm afraid that that's going to be very rare. Almost just as good as the way that I put it in the first time. And the sunscreens. Okay, and my head filled to the top. Then I've got my, I'm really prepared today. I've got a little box with a cooling thing in there. I brought a big bottle of water. Yeah, you can imagine what that is, what that looks like. And a little pesto salad. And I brought 2 slices of, yeah, it's some sort of bread that we have in the Netherlands. It's really, it fills you up when you're hungry. So perfect. And I've got a fork and 2 pieces of kitchen roll. Because you just know that this girl's gonna, oh, I forgot my disinfectant, my hand sanitizer. I thought about that because last time when I was at the beach, I didn't have that. And then I was doing my sunscreen and all of that. And then all of a sudden, my hands were so oily and I thought, I need hand sanitizer. But obviously there is water, so I could just put my hands in the water or use a little bit of my drinking water to do that. So I think we will be fine. Okay, I'm gonna take you with me because it's exactly what I said. I'm always a bit anxious about days like these and to do these types of things by myself. Oh, I don't know what that is, but it's just, I get a little bit nervous. And also for once I lay down there, I can get very much in my head about, oh, I forgot something or whatever. And then I'm not relaxed anymore at all. And I also get a little bit conscious about, okay, I can't leave my stuff behind because I'm by myself. So I'm also curious how that's gonna go. But then I think, yeah, I'm literally in the city where I live. It's fine. It's not gonna be that busy. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Should be fine. I should be fine. I'm just gonna take you with me and hopefully it will all be all right. Okay, first success. I found a parking spot in the shadow, but we never know how long that's gonna take until the shadow is gone. Parked it really close to a tree though. Guys, I did it. Woo! I went past my anxiousness. I said, hey, I see you. Wait, I think you're very smudgy. Is that better? I saw my anxiousness and I said, hey, you out of the way. Move out of the way. Yeah, no, it was good. I didn't stay for that long, but I was chill. It's very warm in the car, but I'm gonna finish the story for you. Because you deserve this, please like and subscribe if you want to. Please subscribe to this channel, really helps me a lot. Love that. So it was chill. It was getting a little bit more busy, but I really try to... Sometimes I'm just having some difficulties with really relaxing and being in the moment. Especially when I'm by myself. I feel like when I'm with somebody, I can relax better. I don't know what it is. Maybe because it's just the safety of having someone with me, so I don't need to be on high alert or whatever if something happens. So then I'm just more able to relax, and if anything pops up, then, you know, we will tackle it together. Now it was really like you're there by yourself, so in a way you need to be kind of focused. Sometimes it's hard to completely let go of that focus, and I was able to do it quite well. It did really help to just read my little magazine. I was reading some stories, and I was reading an article of one of these women that had this huge book collection, and she also said like books can be such a great way to get out of your head, to escape, but to also like relax. And lately I've been feeling like every time when I try to pick up a book, I feel like, what is the use of it? I don't feel like it is bringing me further in where I need to be, and then I think that's a waste of energy, so I'm not going to do it. I think that I just need to see reading again as the way that I loved it when I was a child. I used to read so much, like every week we would go to the library, we would pick multiple books, we went through them, and then the next week we would pick up new ones. I have a library pass. I'm really thinking like I should let go of forcing myself to only read books because they need to have some sort of use, but to also find a nice book with a nice story just to relax and escape. And also because you're doing that, you're also allowing yourself to open another part in your brain that can inspire you or can also bring you further. And that's what I need. Right now, I really feel like this is a realization that I just had when I was laying there. Right now, I'm in a phase of my life where I really want to make things work. I would love to make sure that at some point, whatever I'm doing right now is also contributing to the future. At this point, right now, it's still a little bit scary because I'm not seeing the results of the seeds that I'm planting in the ground. That can take a while, and that's also fine. But sometimes it's then fine to also still continue with what you're doing, but also trying to relax and also trying to not use every single moment of your day to force like some sort of speed to get to the goal where you need to be. Because if that's the place where you need to be, sooner or later you will get there. And you will get there. And it's also deep down inside of me, I also feel some sort of peace with that. And I also know that I will get where I need to be, if that makes sense. But at the same time, it is quite difficult to let go of everything all the time because you just don't really, again, see the plants of the seeds that you're planting in the ground. You don't see your flowers bloom yet. You never know how they turn out. You know, you can plant your seeds, sometimes they don't turn out great, and that's, I don't know, sometimes a little bit scary to know if the time and the effort that you're investing in something is worth it. It feels like it. But yeah, sometimes I'm just really wishing that there's some sort of sign that can also tell me you're doing good, please continue, and you will be rewarded for the time and the effort that you're putting into your future. But I think that I also should trust the process, and then all the time that I have, I should also try to invest it in my own mental being. And you can do that by reading and relaxing and all of that. So I feel like that's a little bit of a realization that I had also going through these magazines and realizing that I had a bit of a hard time relaxing by myself. I also feel like sometimes, because I had my headphones in for a little while, I also sometimes feel like that is just too much. That if I'm listening to music, that is disrupting my productivity, but also disrupting my peace. And then I can't relax, if you know what I mean. It's a struggle sometimes. I don't feel like I'm allowed to have that moment of relaxation yet, if that makes sense. I'm gonna leave this car because I'm sweating my ass off. I'm gonna hit the shower, get dressed, and then in the evening I'm gonna go to my parents to eat with them, with my brother. So that is nice. And that's also always a minute of relaxation. So that's good.